Just don't get up yet.
What happened?
You were in a coma. Can you remember your name?
No. Yes, I'm Tessa.
Good. Do you know what happened?
Oh, my head. It's like it's been split in two. Was I in an accident?
Yes. Can you remember any of it?
Not really. I know I woke up in a sleeping pod.
Then tell me everything you do remember. From the start.
I was freezing. That's the first thing I noticed. That's when I knew something was wrong. It's not reacting! Oh. What? Mark? Mark! Where are you? Something's wrong here. Have we crashed? Ugh, my whole body hurts. His sleeping pod is empty. He probably got woken up by the system after the crash and must have ran to the cockpit. He could have woken me up too. I should look for him and... ow! Oh! Damn it, I'm stuck. All I can move is my... The cover is torn. I can see the foam padding. I pulled out a large... Sharp and pointy. I have to be careful with it. Yes, that works. Now I... Come on. I have to get out of here. Finally. First of all, I need to get my spacesuit on. It's freezing. So that's why it's cold. The nitrogen tubes have burst and are freezing everything. I'm definitely not dressed for the occasion. I'm cold enough as it is. I should probably wait on this. Mark? Cockpit, this is Tessa. Mark, can you hear me? Cockpit, this is Tessa. No reply. That either means there's a technical problem. Damn it. This is worse than I thought. Why did we crash? The guidance system should have been able to prevent it from happening. At least it's not smoking as much up here. Mark and I can fix this. I'm sure. We have to fix this. Mark? The cockpit is blocked by Rebel. Maybe he's injured and trapped in there. At least that would explain why he isn't responding. Okay, Tessa. What to do? Maybe go at it from the outside? That's a lot of debris. There should be something there that I could use. A thin, pointy piece of metal. A few bolts. I'll just take all of it. The hull is torn. I can see the insulating foil, but I can't get it out. Sometimes you just have to break things even more before you can repair them. The card reader for the hold door. I need an ID card to use it. The crate. Standard color, standard size, standard contents. Empty. This pipe transports nitrogen, which is freezing. This pipe That might have stopped the nitrogen. That's Mark's cryopod. Looks like it's intact and unharmed, but there's no sign of him. This pipe leads to a tank where cooling fluid is filtered. It must have burst in the crash. The sieve might be useful, even when it's taken apart. Done! I've had to improvise a lot of bowls in the past few years, and I think this one is my second best. I should be able to use this to collect and transport the disinfectant. Oh, that was easier than I expected. Finally, some heat. Almost too much heat. My eyes are burning. Damn, it's been exposed to the cold for too long. It won't just thaw on its own. This should hopefully thaw the ice if I have enough fuel. It's working! Oh, that's nice. So comfy and warm. Watch out, foreign planets. You can't scare me anymore. Well, at least not with cold temperatures. But I won't put the helmet on until I go outside. There's something in these pockets. Keys, matches, and, our company's ID card. But the name on it is Melissa Luna? But that's definitely me in the picture. So this company can send rockets through space but then prints the wrong name on my ID card? No wonder we crashed if they can't even get that right. Before I start looking for Mark again, I should write down my experiences on my ID card's logbook. Well, IMC's accident protocol requires me to do so, and we've definitely had an accident. I'll just use this one. Strange. This data is pretty similar to mine. It's almost a complete match. But the numbers and the date of birth are shifted by one. 1 day, 1 month, 1 year. But the biometric data is correct. I'm sure the picture is wrong. And the other thing is I don't recognize the name though. Weird. I shouldn't be wasting my time with this. Examine planet, find Mark, repair ship, survive. That's all that matters. Focus, Tessa. A detached metal bar. I can't... Locked. Perfect fit. I mean, I hope it's a strange packet with an interstellar... do we have here? Screwdriver, sealant foam, and a blowtorch. I need to insert the cables into this. There's a lamp for each socket to show if it's receiving enough electricity. The cables are where they should be. Now I can try the outer door. I'm excited to see what's out there. Or I would be if I wasn't in this situation. I'd better put on the helmet, just to be sure.
I hope the door survived the crash. Yes! It's seen better days, but it's open. No. Oh, just barren rock. All gray and dead. I was hoping for a world thriving with interesting flora and fauna. That looks pretty bad. And here I was thinking we'd be able to fix it. Where even are we? Was this planet our destination, or did we go off course? And what even is our mission? My head is spinning. I can't even remember our mission. Must have been quite the crash. Or maybe the disinfectant was out of date. Nothing. Nothing at all. No buildings, lights, roads, just nothing. A barren wasteland. Maybe our mission was to explore a newly found, boring planet and collect samples. A planet like this one. I mean, foreign planets are always exciting, but under the circumstances. Oh, Mark, of course. Nothing stirring in the cockpit, but he has to be there. Where else could he be? I need to get in there somehow. This panel allows us to service the instruments behind it. The mechanism to open it is on the right. You usually activate it from the cockpits. Rocks as far as the eye can see. And some smoke. But that's probably just from the planet's volcanic activity. There seems to be plants over there. I can see something green. Some silver lining at least. That means there could be water, food, and maybe even life. It's still smoldering a bit, but it shouldn't explode now, and the fire should go out by itself. Soon. This used to be part of the landing gear. There are a few parts scattered inside. A large hook that sealed the maintenance hatch during the flight. Must be pretty sturdy. Lever to open the hatch, both made from heat-proof ceramics. The TAC 92's wreck. If I could only... The cockpit's braces connecting it to the fuselage are still intact, as far as I can tell, but it's hanging to the side quite a bit. I'd better just leave it as is. TAC 92's wreck. If I could only remember how...
Yes, I can reach it with that. Good, that works. Sealing foam, special, a bit wobbly. If I could fasten it properly, the pole would have a pointed flat.
I should probably do. This helmet isn't equipped with welding goggles, but it should at least keep my eyes from melting. Not a bad weld seam for a beginner. I suppose Mark would say otherwise. Show off. This is where the mechanism should be. Come on. Mark would have been able to help me here. As if. Yes, I knew it! There's a passage. The mounts on this panel look solid. I have to try it. Unpleasant, but unavoidable. Carefully now. Mark! What? Nobody here. Did he just leave me behind? No, he would never do that. He would only go if he knew I wasn't in danger. And this is better than finding his body lying around. Wherever he is, we need help to get away from here. After breaking down, the first thing we need to do is send out an emergency signal. I hope someone will receive it. The earlier I get it done, the better. Mark has to wait. Right. Emergency signal. I need that console over there. Mark's logbook. Didn't he take it with him? Or maybe he left it here on purpose so I could find his hints. It won't turn on. Probably no power. The power cells for the cockpit are behind the cover below. I don't think all these flashing lights are a good sign. The power cell slots are behind it. I should open it. I can always count on my screwdriver. I don't believe it. The power cells are empty. Mark explained to me how to properly utilize any residual charge. All slots have to be filled, I remember that much. But I have to rearrange the cells. If I relay the remaining energy to the communication transmitters, I might just be able to create a signal. But I'd also have to somehow broadcast the signal, and I need the control console for that. So both console and the comms need to be supplied with energy. Symbol for the heating. They're drawing energy from two cells. Okay, the communication device and the display have as much energy as I can give them. Let's hope it works. Still works. Right then. Communication. Emergency signal.
Low energy. Emergency signal cannot be activated. Low energy. Emergency signal cannot be activated. Low energy. Emergency signal cannot be activated. Low energy. Emergency signal cannot be activated.
Damn it! Do something! You could at least make a little noise! If only Mark was here. I need more power to send an emergency signal. Which means power cells. There should be some in the hold. Card reader for the hold door. I need...
Access denied.
Strange. That's my card, and the bioscanner should confirm that it's me, and that I have access. Something isn't right here. I'm sure Mark is authorized with his ID card. The card reader for the hold door. I need an ID card to use it. This card isn't authorized for the cargo hold. I'm sure Mark is authorized with... Mark's logbook. An old version. But he likes things retro. Maybe I can find some answers in it. It's not completely intact. Don't let me down. Accept it. Oh, it requires further authentication? There's security and then there's paranoia. I need the key code without Mark set. His ID number. How can someone so forgetful fly a spaceship?
But what is all this stuff? I should stay away from it, but all the technical equipment is down there. Most importantly, the power cell. And with it, my only hope of sending out an emergency signal. I wonder if I can find anything here. No, those are various ores. Raw materials for a refinery. They're no use to me. I don't need any of them. Tank number 1 is still about 40% full and emptying very slowly. It's going to take hours for all the gas to release. Tank number 2 is filled with carbon dioxide. It's about 1.2% full and stable. Looks like it wasn't damaged in the crash. If I open tank 2, the gas will be gone within minutes. Yes, it's pushing the strange gas up, but there's still something coming through the leak. Can't stop the gas from coming. I hope the carbon dioxide.
Be enough. But after that, I need to ventilate the room well.
Worked! Mark isn't down there either, but neither is his body, so did he get ejected? Did he leave? If so, pull yourself together, Tessa. So what? He's not here. You can manage on your own. All you need for an emergency signal are power cells. Okay, this is the last straw. Goodness. Lots of junk, but no power cells. What now? What's this? Oh, a Cognitive Observation Research Entity, or C.O.R.E. for short. We use these things to reach places we can't get to ourselves. They can fly, scan, send data, and are equipped with a speech module. I need an ID card to activate the drone. Maybe it could help me out of this situation. And even if it can't, at least I'll have someone to talk to. Then I can complain to C.O.R.E. while I'm starving. Cognitive Observation Research Entity, C.O.R.E. I need an ID card to...
Unit activated. Assigned to Melissa Luna, Explorer. Good day. C.O.R.E. ready to assist you, Miss Luna.
Incorrect. Tessa Carter. That's my name.
Name change. Tessa Carter. Confirmed. I am glad to be of service, Ms. Carter. What are your orders?
Where should we begin?
Nine leaks, 4 hull breaches, 2 broken beams, 14.
1 broken spaceship, 1 survivor. Maybe 2. I hope so anyway. That's all that matters now.
What is your primary objective, miss?
For you to stop being so formal with me. Just call me Tessa.
Of course. Altering linguistic database. Tessa.
Right. The next objective is to send out an emergency signal. But I can't do that without power cells, and I have to find Mark, so basically, If I want to get us out of this mess, I've solely got primary objectives.
I do not have access to the ship's database. Who is Mark?
Mark Bennett, about 30 years old, pilot and mechanic. We're the TAC-92's crew.
Registered. What is the status of your immediate surroundings?
Well, I have to take a closer look.
My scanners could help in examining your surroundings.
Good idea. Do that.
Nine leaks for all breaches.
I know this thing's broken. I meant the surroundings. Let's just scan it outside.
Confirmed. The tanks have been emptied completely, and there is nothing of use in the crates. Whatever we are going to find on the planet, we can probably store it here. The cockpit is unstable and could break off. It will not, however, drag the rest of the ship down into the abyss with it. At least as long as there is no tornado or earthquake. In that case, the TAC-92 would fly again.
Core, please.
Until it would crash on the bottom of the chasm. Analyzing atmosphere outside the ship. Result: similar to Earth's atmosphere, breathable for humans. You can take off the helmet, Tessa.
Good. I prefer it this way.
It smells slightly burnt, but with the wind coming from over there, it kind of smells like stagnant water. Better than this canned air, anyway. Okay, here's the plan. We look for life, for some water and food, of course. And maybe keep our eyes peeled for any buildings or anything useful. No idea how long I'm gonna have to survive out here.
The Intergalactic Mining Corporation should have already sent out a search party.
I doubt it. Mark and I are just the advance guard, and it's not unusual for us not to be able to send reports. We don't have a set route, either. They'll start looking for us eventually. Eventually.
But I do not understand what it has to do with this crash.
Never mind. Please scan our surroundings.
Scanning. Scan complete. Scan radius of about 400 meters. No signs of relevantly sized life forms. No artificial constructs or buildings.
Relevantly sized? And what size is relevant to you?
Anything bigger than a fully grown male Balinese toucan.
A what?
A male Balinese toucan. Their average size in all dimensions roughly represents that of the average-sized, fully grown earthen life form.
You're joking, right?
Statistics are not a joke.
Well, that doesn't help me. Compare the data to something I know. No more than...
Equivalent to a medium-sized dog. Equivalent to a chicken 49.9% larger than average. Equivalent to exactly 11 hedgehogs.
To recap, a Balinese toucan is roughly the size of 1.5 chickens. Any more data?
The environment is mostly comprised of stone. Water and simple flora can also be detected behind the landing zone.
No signs of Mark? Damn. My mineral samples can wait. We should look for water and plants.
New data! I am registering a weak but repeating radio signal.
Where is it coming from?
It originates from the planet's surface. The signature is inconclusive.
Could it be coming from the Intergalactic Mining Corporation?
The possibility of that lies at 29%.
Can you locate it?
I can only ascertain a rough direction. To interpolate a position, we would have to get closer.
I guess I don't really have a choice. Let's see what's behind it. Maybe it's a distress signal from Mark. incredible. I know why I love my job. Without it, I wouldn't be able to see things like this. We followed the crash's progression. These must be the plants you were talking about. Well, they're not flowers, C.O.R.E., let me tell you. More of a smelly swamp.
I do not categorize flora and fauna by their feel-good factor, unless you wish to update my software accordingly. In that case, I would request the following hardware as well. Arms.
Okay, forget it. At least it's not just rocks again. What are those tiny lights?
Small life forms.
Interesting. A good sign there might be more to this planet. If we flew over this place with the TAC-92 before we crashed, could something have fallen from the ship that's now emitting the signal?
Theoretically. But the ship's inventory was complete, so the signal I am receiving cannot originate from a technical device known to us.
We can't get any closer. We need to get down there.
You could slide and climb down those rocks there, but they are quite steep and porous, so you could not get back up again.
So a one-way ticket then.
My recommendation: remaining within the TAC-92. The ship's hull offers protection and Mark could return, then you would no longer be on your own. It would be easier for you to find water together, as well as finding a way which allows for a return to the ship.
But then we still won't be able to send the emergency signal. We should find out what that signal is that you're receiving.
Agreed.
C.O.R.E., locate the signal and calculate the distance.
Scan initiated. Signal detected. Calculating. Calculated distance, 9.4 kilometers. Possible deviation up to 21%.
So about 10 kilometers, or about walking distance of 2 hours. In the summer, with shorts, with an ice cream. On a foreign planet with unknown dangers and terrain, wearing a spacesuit, though, might take a little bit longer.
Including these factors, I calculate a walking time between 9 and 11 hours with a high probability of death.
As long as we find something capable of sending a distress signal at the end, I even prefer some interesting trail over a yellow brick road. What is that? C.O.R.E., do you see that? Record.
Confirm. A pulsating light. Recording started.
What was it?
I could not detect any pattern and no repetition. It seemed to be completely random.
And it came from the same direction as the signal. Okay, I've got to go there. C.O.R.E., will the sun be setting anytime soon?
In about 3 Earth hours. Compared to the Earth, days are slightly shorter here, however, so are the nights.
I see. We'll spend the night on the ship and set out tomorrow.
Information. There are about 3 to 4 days worth of sustenance readily available here for you, if you would like to wait for Mark.
I don't know if Mark is lying around somewhere all messed up, or if he's looking for help, or if he's the one sending out that signal. Even if I ration my supplies, they'll be gone at some point. And if there's still no sign of Mark by then, I'm going to have to leave here. Then I'd have to brave the dangers of an unknown planet with hardly any supplies left. No, I think it's best I leave when I feel like it, and not wait until I can't put it off any longer. We're leaving tomorrow morning.
Confirmed.
I'm really excited to see the planet, but I won't be leaving today. I should spend the night. I think we're well prepared. There's a signal, so there has to be someone here. People or creatures? There was a light. Or was it just lightning or something natural?
There was a directional light that lasted 4.4 seconds. A bright light. I would calculate that the chances of it not being artificial lie at 9.14%.
Pretty slim odds then. What do you mean by directional?
There was a precise vector, but it changed as it shone.
Could it be a reflection of the sun?
The amount of blue light is too high. The sun as a source can be ruled out.
So it's of a technical origin. Might have been Mark, or maybe he saw it too, which means he'd probably be on his way there right now. I suppose.
If he was ejected from the TAC-92, then he would probably be able to see the smoke and come here. However, if that is the case, he would now be dead.
Where would I be without your optimism? So, you think
This place offers shelter, and you can gather resources from the wreckage. It is also the first place any rescue teams would check while searching for you. Leaving this place would be illogical.
But what is logical is that I would starve here and that I'd never find out what happened to Mark. Maybe he needs help, and without him I can't send out an emergency signal. I'd just be wasting my precious time.
As a weak biological life form, you will naturally lose energy and gradually be able to move shorter and shorter distances, which greatly lowers your...
You're a real ray of sunshine, C.O.R.E.
Furthermore, the light signal might vanish and then you would no longer be able to make out its origin.
All the more reason not to stay here, C.O.R.E. Then I'd rather risk it and take my fate into my own hands.
Understandable, considering you are an organic life form. However, in the event of an accident, you would be entirely helpless.
You almost sound like Tony, that old worrywart.
Tony?
Anthony, my husband, Anthony Carter.
According to my database, you are unmarried.
Your database only knows about that Melissa Luna on the ID card.
Database update. Tessa Carter is married to Anthony Carter.
Yes, he also works for the Intergalactic Mining Corporation as a biochemist. I can see him right now, drinking hot chocolate together with our son, Finn. Just a few weeks' journey away from here. Please add to your database that... Wait, 5? Anyway...
Database...
Excellent.
Confirmed.
You wanted to tell me something?
Yes, Mr. Bishop. He offered me a promotion.
Hey, that's amazing! Congratulations, you really deserve it.
Thank you, Tony.
You hesitate. Despite the improvement, you're worried you won't have any thrills in the new job, right?
Went through a lot after the accident.
Yes. I'm lucky to have survived that day.
You must have been very afraid, all alone, on a foreign planet.
Well, yes. But I also felt excited. Free. It was a strange mix of emotions and... Wait. What about Mark? Have you found him?
Yes, we found him. He is alive and well.
Oh, what luck. So, that night I dreamed about the day I was at the beach with Tony, where I told him about being promoted. I don't know what I meant by that.
Let's stick to what you experienced. Please continue telling me what you remember. What happened the following day, when you left?
Good morning, Tessa.
Good morning, C.O.R.E. How was the night?
No unusual incidents. My scanners detected that you had an uneasy sleep.
Slightly creepy, but correct. It's not great sleeping in a spacesuit. As if crashing wasn't bad enough for my poor bones. We should get going to find out more about the signal and the light. Then we'll see if there's a chance to escape. Or if I'll be turning into a fossil here.
Would you like me to read you some motivational quotes from my database? Even the longest journey begins.
For heaven's sake, don't. I've already got a headache. Maybe we can find something interesting out there. That makes me feel better.
This room's hull is intact and stable. No dangers registered.
Great. Standard color, standard size, standard... Okay. C.O.R.E., has the signal changed at all?
Negative. It is unchanged and still active at the same strength and same relative distance.
I can't see the light anymore. Oh well. Whatever it is, the signal might be useful. Maybe I can repurpose it. Can you fly ahead and scan the ground to tell me where I can walk?
Confirmed.
So far, so good.
You made it look quite easy.
Thanks. That wasn't my first climbing session. But as I thought, I won't be able to get back to the ship's wreckage.
It would be logical to not waste time and instead look ahead, as long as the signal is active.
Somehow I've got the feeling we're going to ask ourselves where ahead even is. I hope ahead doesn't mean through the undergrowth and straight into some animal's mouth.
My sensors would register any animal with Tessa-sized mouths.
How reassuring.
This is a dense network of individual plant fibers. They are all part of the same species and leave no room for others. The signal is coming from this.
There's a swarm of insects here. They look like oversized, so they're the ones causing these.
These are the small life forms that I registered.
They're as big as rats.
The signal is coming from this direction. The signal is coming from this direction.
These remind me more of corals than of plants.
Corals on Earth are more akin to animals than to plants.
Tony would have been delighted to try and
The signal comes from this direction, but you will not be able to.
Incredible how dirty, brackish green, but we humans are just...
This disgust prevents you from drinking it and transporting all kinds of bacteria and parasites.
Thanks for the reminder.
The signal is coming from this direction. The insects here probably glow red due to the different coloration of my sensors detect blood in the water. The reason might be behind this plant. The signal is coming.
The water in this pond is very shallow and has a different... special on this side of the swamp. It all looked the same. And the path seems to be just back here. We have to use the signal as a guide.
This is a dense net. They are all part of the signal is coming from this direction. The signal is coming from this.
This just keeps getting better. Wouldn't it be nice if life was easy?
Intergalactic Mining Corporation. No progress without obstacles.
Yeah, I know the propaganda.
Do you know the slogan's origin?
I may have mild amnesia, C.O.R.E., but I know that I always deliberately disregarded that information.
The IMC's legendary founder, Walter Knight, derived his worldview and ethics from the video games he so thoroughly enjoyed playing. If there are no obstacles or problems in your way, then you're going in the wrong direction, is what he always said. You should be on the lookout for obstacles. Hence, no progress without obstacles.
I thought some overpriced advertising company had come up with that slogan. But it's even worse. He came up with it while wasting his time on video games. Well, I guess he wanted to appear more down-to-earth, our Mr. Knight. And that's how people actually see him. Because they bombarded us with the slogan.
My market research data shows a correlation between the slogan's frequent repetition and the IMC's customer ratings.
How nice for the IMC. Okay, obstacles. So that means we should be heading towards those mountains over there. They count as an obstacle, right?
Correct. The signal is still about 4.1 kilometers away.
And how are we going to get down there?
Unfortunately, I have no data on how to overcome real-world obstacles. The signal is coming from this direction and is about 4. There is a 29-meter descent here with nowhere for us. The only way up appears to be this plant that has broken through the cliff over there.
Can you follow it?
The plants are too thick and their materials are too similar. My sensors cannot distinguish between.
The roots here have grown. A huge crack in the rock wall. Looks like the plant. If we find that rift, we might be able to.
Or we find the plant itself.
I once spent a week on a planet with. Back then, I planned every expedition in a way that I could enjoy. Now, I'd almost be happy to see the boring interior of a functioning space. A lake that this huge plant grew in, only about 20 or 30 meters. I'm sure but even if I was I once spent back then, now. tear it away. The plant is too... I shouldn't waste much of that gap. The roots here have I once spent a week back then. Now, I don't... That might be useful. I'd definitely reach the lake. The unscientific... A lake that is only about 20 or 30 meters deeper. No, I can't extend it and... The only thing I can do with... No, I can't extend it any further.
The signal is there is a 20. The only way up appears.
Can you follow?
The plants.
A huge plant that...
There are insects.
If it's growing up...
That is to be assumed. There are many here.
A large bubble... on this side of the swamp. It all looked the same. And the path seemed... But we also need... An impressive flower. Long, strange fibers are hanging out of it. They're oily and...
I will be careful.
I'll cut them off as far up... Let's see. They're burning well, but mostly they're producing lots of smoke. They won't do me much good here on the... Let's... They're... Yes! Oily fibers on a stick! Now all we need is a...
What a strange thing to... You won't reach these insects.
An impressive flight. A swarm of insects.
You won't reach these insects.
Yes, I can shoo them away with that. Next time, however, a little... No, I can't get back up there. Okay, this... A swarm of insects.
You won't reach these in... You won't reach these in... You won't reach these...
It's protruding from this red water here. There's a black liquid. It's protruding from this... I can see something beneath it. Oh, that's a dead animal. It's got feathers.
A toucan.
What? No, that's impossible. It has to be some other animal that just looks very similar. There is no way, and I mean no way, that I'm...
As an explorer,
I am an explorer.
you could use it as a lock...
Who programmed you? It's protruding... It's protruding from this... It's protruding from... There's a black liquid seeping... The water in this pond is very... anything special on this side of the swamp. It all looked the same. And the path, but we also need some kind of reference point that we...
The signal is coming from this direction.
A huge plant that,
There are insects.
if it's growing up,
That is to be assumed.
the signal came from this tree. It's gonna be...
A visual analysis. I would register it the and, like said.
I'll extinguish it again. That doesn't make a... A plant growing... It's gonna be like...
A visual analysis. I would register it and, like.
Yes! Oily fibers on a... Yes, that worked.
What a strange thing to wish for.
A plant...
A visual analysis. I would register and, like.
A small crater. Is there something...
Confirmed. There is.
No, I can't extend it any... This plant seems to... Looks like all the other plants. And there aren't any
My sensors in.
I wonder if burn...
What purpose would that have? If they do burn, how?
It was just an idea. This plant seems to... Looks like all the... And there aren't any...
My sensors.
I wonder if...
What purpose would that? If they do burn.
It was just an idea. I wonder if...
What purpose would? If they do burn.
It was just an idea. I can push them in a bit, but they're still wiggling. I'll extinguish it again. Right. Now... Careful.
Do you think this is a good idea? Does taking this risk bring you closer to your goal?
Chill out, C.O.R.E. Unusual situations require unusual measures, and what I'm gonna find in this crater is going to be quite unusual.
According to my calculations, the outcome of climbing one of these plants is lethal in 9.4% of all cases. Statistics are no joke.
I hurled my butt through space inside of a hunk of metal with controlled ionic detonations. You really think I'm scared of a bit of free climbing? This plant is sturdy, and all that's beneath it is a puddle. And I have to climb it anyways to find a way out of this swamp, because otherwise we'd die. Sometimes you have to live dangerously, C.O.R.E., or you might never live at all. Don't you have a curiosity algorithm? Or some humor routines? If we're really going to starve, dry up, or get eaten by aliens, I want to at least be able to laugh.
You want me to be funny?
Yes, exactly. Well, we'll practice. Okay then. Say something funny.
Calculating.
I'm waiting.
Joke confirmed. What did the sun say to the earth?
No, I don't want you to tell me a joke. Make fun of our situation. About the swamp, our location, about me, about yourself, anything. I mean, you can tell me about dangers if you want, but just do it more interestingly, more excitingly, maybe even sarcastically.
I understand. So, should you fall from the plant, please scream as loudly as possible so Mark Bennett can find us. Because I can't catch you or perform first aid.
Good attempt at sarcasm, C.O.R.E. Could have been worse. Let's see. All I have to do is not drop it. Got it. And now... pretty heavy. But there it is. Went through with the meteorite was worth it.
What are you trying to do?
Unpleasant, but unavoidable.
Physical exertion to relieve stress?
That should have been worth it. Take a look. Yes! The lake is turning blue. It looks like it's working. The mosquitoes turned blue for a second. But they flew away. They don't seem to like the plant's juice anymore after we tampered with it.
Humankind is famous for this behavior. A function ecosystem that humanity does not fully comprehend is altered and permanently damaged, all out of pure self-interest. All the indigenous fauna can do is flee.
If I can escape this planet by giving the indigenous fauna a bellyache, then I'll gladly be the poster child for my species' wrongdoings.
I have seen worse specimens of your species.
Now all we need is a dark cave full.
What a strange thing to wish for.
They went blue for a second. Did you see that?
Affirmative.
Then that must mean that this is a limb of the plant that goes down the edge towards the bottom. Does that make sense?
Affirmative. Any other plant absorbing water that has been colored by this or any other meteorite should have withered by now.
Excellent. Let's follow it. The tear. That should be interesting.
You could just jump. There's a 91% chance of you slipping and falling anyway.
I'd rather be deceived by your statistic. And down. Piece of cake. Now all we have to do is stick to the signal's direction. The torch is burned out anyway.
The signal is coming from this direction. The source is about 2.9 kilometers away and has not moved.
Get lost out here without a proper idea of where to go. Okay, C.O.R.E., let's go. C.O.R.E., are you okay?
The signal strength is decreasing rapidly. I will attempt to increase reception capacities to secure more precise coordinates.
It's decreasing? Then collect as much data.
Completed.
Good, then... Okay, C.O.R.E., it's getting easier. How far are we... Unbelievable.
An outpost of the IMC, number 1124.
Looks deserted. Is this where the signal came from?
It is highly likely that the signal was transmitted from here until it stopped abruptly a few minutes ago, probably from inside the facility.
That's... that's great.
My sensors indicate a high irony content in your words.
You're right. I mean, this is just all so strange.
Strange? Should you not be feeling relieved that we found this place?
I am, but we should be careful. We don't know what's waiting for us. Can you see a way inside?
There's a large gate there, Tessa.
Thanks for the subtle hint. I doubt there'll be a red carpet reception for me if I ring the doorbell, but it's worth a try. Lots of pieces of scrap that are caught up on each other as maybe I can literally, but not with this. I don't know why I should. I don't know why I should. I don't know why. This pole is pretty beat up and loose. It's only hanging onto a single bolt that's sticking out. It's not unusual for nature to reclaim abandoned buildings. The plants have grown right into these rooms. If there was someone living here, they'd have taken care of them. Unless that person had more important things to deal with. There's always something better to do.
Outpost 1124 of the intergalactic. I cannot detect any major.
Now that's a big door.
You should knock. It looks like you're trying to knock. Would you like help?
Huh. It looks pretty overgrown and abandoned, but the station was still able to send a signal. Strange. Hello? No answer. But maybe it's for the best. After all, I don't know what might have answered. We can't open it. Climbing up won't work either, and if I fell and broke something, that would just complicate things. What does the way around this look like, C.O.R.E?
Good, but you would have to walk 1.9 kilometers to circumvent the plateau, maybe more.
And statistics don't lie, yeah. But I guess we'd have the same problem there too. It's a no-win situation. You scanned the station, but maybe you could scan the surroundings too? Maybe we can find some more clues.
The floor covering is made from the same material as the rest of the station. It seems to have a hole in it here. Perhaps it was originally inside a rock that is no longer where it used. There might be a way inside below these materials.
There has to be some way of moving. There's a strap tied around. Here's the knot and that's no use. I shouldn't waste much of that. That might work. Good. It's tilting to the other side, but I can't get any further away. It definitely leads into... I would fit through that hole, but the gap in the scrap is too tight. I need to move it more. The left side... As a great philosopher, consider wherever you go. In this case, he'd be gone, along with any... As a great consider... In this case, he'd be gone. Okay, I'll move it back. I can get it off with this. Damn, these metal pieces are too... As a great philosopher, consider... In this case... Yes, I can see a... We have to move this... This pole is pretty... It's a bit looser than before, and the... It might be loose, but I can't get it... It's a bit looser than before. It's a bit looser than before, and the bolt is sticking out even further. It might fit through the lug. Yes! Excellent! Now around here, and... There has to be... As a great consider... In this case... I can insert the pole. It's lying on this left... It's stuck on rust. Brute force.
You might still have needed that one.
I know.
It might have helped to break into an outpost.
Yeah, I get it. But now we've got this post here.
A post.
Yes, a post. Useful in many of life's sticky situations.
Searching database. No use case found, other than sticking it into the ground. As a post.
I've got the hands, and I'm the one who has to improvise.
You are the person who lashes out with a hammer.
Just keep reading your database. Quietly.
I think not. One of us should watch where we are going.
Okay, I admit it. Your sense of direction is better than mine. It's not unusual for nature to... The plants have grown right into... If there was someone living here, there's always something better to do. That might work. Good, it's tilting. Even if I it definitely, I would fit through. There has to be some way of moving this junk. Okay, I'll move it back. I'll put it under here. As a great philosopher, consider. In this case, he'd be. As a great consider. In this case, I can insert the pull. It's lying on this. Let's see. Maybe it will roll on this cylinder. Damn! The pole broke. Anyway, it's done. There's a drop-off a few meters here, and then we're in, C.O.R.E. Almost. I can't attach anything. I can't attach anything. Can you scan the cave for any?
NEV, mechanically expendable Vanguard. On its way.
So, what's down there?
There is a giant dragon lying on a pile of gold, and he has a cold. Sorry about that. It is safe. The room is stable and appears to be connected to the station. No significant life forms detected.
Good. I can't attach any. I can't get down there without help.
Before you ask, I am not suited for heavy goods
Are you saying I'm fat? It's not. The plants have grown right. If there was someone living, there's always. I can't get down there without.
Before you ask, I am not suited for heavy.
Are you saying I'm fat? This is a part of the scrub. We can wedge this part in, and a roof over my head. Unbelievable. I was really worried about what today would bring when I woke up in the morning. This is almost exactly what I wished for. I mean, it looks just like I feared it would, but whatever.
I agree. As long as we can find a water supply, you will be able to survive here for a while.
We might find one inside the station. You said the signal came from in there, right?
Correct. This door is the only way inside. It is made of titanium and is not very thick, but you will probably not be able to open it manually due to its weight. You need electricity for its gear mechanism.
We shall see. But this door isn't as much of a problem as the mother of all doors up there is.
My psychological subroutines find this comparison to be very odd. Do you always conflate size and power? What was your childhood like?
Just turn off these routines.
This room is the drilling station. The machine on the ceiling can utilize multiple attachments. It is currently equipped with a magnet beam which loosens parts from underground and transfers magnetic metals to the surface. Workers can climb down the sides to manually retrieve non-magnetic sediment from the ground or to carry out repairs. It looks like this room has a self-contained power supply system. Would you like me to fly into this dark, obvious, menacing, apparently bottomless hole?
Well, yes.
There is a lot of metallic debris on the ground, but nothing else of note. These are ore samples that were mined here.
There are crystals inside one of them. There's a strange attachment. I can't open it. Maybe if I got some power running in this room. What's this device?
A robot arm with a universal mounting for drilling equipment. There is a magnet beam currently installed. It can pull in magnetic objects and repel them. That way you can transport them and retrieve metal from the ground.
I've seen computers struggling that were less dusty.
It seems to be damaged only on the outside. Everything appears to be fine on the inside.
You sound like a psychiatrist. These stone and metal samples are so heavy, I can't move them an inch. They're also rock hard and solid, I can't break anything off.
The ore won't help us at the door. Tess, better save the gas.
These stone and metal samples, they're also rock hard and
The metal inside does not. With this fusion generator, the room can maintain its own energy circuit. A security system, in case any human or other biological life form has an emergency in the drilling shaft.
Well, we've already got our emergency. C.O.R.E., is it really safe?
Of course, it is a small version of a standard fusion generator, roughly the size of an average washing machine.
Okay, then let's put this fusion in spin cycle. Ugh, come on! Yes!
Hey! Good boy. Brainless machines.
It's still working! I never thought I'd be happy to hear the ear-splitting noise made by a machine like this. What's this hole for? It looks like it's bottomless.
A drilling hole for the mining of substrate samples. Small amounts are transported up these holes in order to specifically drill for mineral deposits. I assume this area of the outpost was constructed first. The machine above it can be replaced by a mechanical drill or a suction tube to either loosen or remove the materials. In certain cases, employees have to climb down to carry out specific tasks. The IMC's Industrial Safety Guidelines state in paragraph 924 section 2 that such tasks may not be carried out without the correct safety equipment.
I don't need paragraphs to tell me not to do something like that without a good reason. These thick cables lead down into the shaft, probably to power the lamps and other stuff down there. It's starting, but there's nothing. Where were some magnetic metal parts in the hole? It's starting. It doesn't work, but this beam should be able to grasp.
Correct. Probably one of the reasons
So, to protect us humans from ourselves.
biological life forms are never perfect.
What? Come on, open up.
Oh, wait a moment. I see. The emergency power supply only powers the machines and lights in this room. All doors appear to be locked by an alarm protocol that belongs to the station's main system.
So what else can I do? I won't be able to burn. We have power.
This method of construction.
This makes it easy. I won't be able to burn a. We have power, but the doors. Seems.
This method of construction.
This makes it easier to pull on it. If I put it in the cavities between the. Yeah, looks good. I'd better put on the helmet.
If this does not work, we will not be able to remove it again. Are you sure this is a good idea?
It's going to work. Trust me, C.O.R.E. The welder is out of gas and nothing more than dead weight now.
C.O.R.E., do you have any final objections, hints, or prayers you want to share?
No. My calculations indicate a relatively high chance of success. I will not disclose the exact number so as not to worry you. If this fails, however, it could ruin the entire mechanism and jam it forever.
And you think that would not worry me? Okay,
Unpleasant, but unavoidable.
let's go. A real beauty.
The high probability was correct. Statistics don't lie.
Neither do physics. Yes, a way inside. Finally. What is that? Mark? Hey! Stop! What the? How can he? Where did he go?
I am not registering any signs of life.
I saw something, a shadow, the silhouette of a human. He ran away.
I assume my sensors are somewhat more precise than your eyes.
So you're saying I'm imagining things? Well, this situation is getting to me, so I guess I can't rule it out. Stay positive, Tessa. We did it. We're in. That's something, at least. There's nothing going on here in the station. Where did the signal come from, C.O.R.E.?
From this direction. Enhancing location. There is a light source up in the command center.
You're right. Let's go. Maybe I was right after all. Hello? Nothing. No light. No person. Not even energy by the looks of it. Damn it!
Your heart rate is too high, Tessa.
Keep my heart rate out of it. I'm allowed to get upset about all this crap. What is this all about? We both saw the light, C.O.R.E. It was up here, no doubt. And now I'm here and there's nothing? No power, no source of light, nothing. What the hell is going on here? And the signal. What could have been sending it, C.O.R.E.?
This is definitely the source, but I cannot find any electricity in the vicinity, just the generator we started.
What was it then? 11 hedgehogs and a hamster wheel? An average-sized toucan with a megaphone?
Both of these theories are probably incorrect.
Sorry for getting so riled up, C.O.R.E. I mean, it's not your fault. So you've lost the signal and there's no power here. Nor are there any signs of life from anyone. Or anything. Are you able to tell us more about the outpost now?
Yes, this is an independent drilling and research station. Judging by the condition of its building materials, it was probably built 20 to 40 Earth years ago. I could find all details in the database. But I have a theory now what kind of planet we are on and where it might be located.
Well, let's hear it.
Visualization initialized. I have the slightly disconcerting suspicion that the station is not close to any inhabited planets. These are almost always incorporated into designated trade routes. They have an alternating crew of more than 400 people, as this allows for the transportation of large amounts of necessary goods. The station we currently find ourselves in, however, is autonomous and small, and its regular crew could not have encompassed more than 40 people. I assume that it was part of a research program which erected stations such as this one at the edge of the known parts of the galaxy. Ships are sent to these stations in regular intervals of more than a year, as long as they are in service. In the meantime, the stations function autonomously. At some point, they are abandoned once the borders of explored territory shift.
But there must have been some kind of communications channel for emergencies.
Indeed, but direct interstellar communication is too slow. It could take months for a signal to reach another planet. These stations help themselves, they have no choice. However, IMC ships regularly fly through these areas to pick up any signals. If necessary, they can help or relay information to headquarters. There might also be trading or exploration ships from other companies that could receive signals from here, long before they reach any inhabited planets.
So that means, if we transmit a distress signal, it's more like a smoke signal on a lost island at sea. Not like calling emergency services via landline that will be there tomorrow.
Correct.
So, reaching someone will take time, but it's not impossible. As soon as the station has enough power, it will keep us alive and can continuously emit signals to the transport routes so someone can pick us up.
Correct.
Then let's do it.
Good. The power supply comes from an incineration plant in the station's west wing. We received a signal from here, so the communication systems seem to be intact.
It's nice how both of us are just ignoring the fact that the signal shouldn't have existed, just like the light. But okay, we should just be glad that we noticed it and we're here now. Now we just need power.
The outpost's main control room. The consoles on the left side are used for communication inside and outside of the station. Processes like drill depth, garbage incineration, and door locks are supervised on that platform over there. The devices on the right side are used to control air and water, and you can also access mission databases and authorizations. This whole room is connected to the incinerator's main energy supply. Some repair work was started on these electronics, but never got finished.
They obviously never finished. There's a hollow, sturdy metal cylinder here full of holes. This console won't...
This is the communications...
That's our way out of here. As long as we can get...
Correct. Once the incinerator is providing energy, we will have access to the database where we should be able to find flight paths, then a signal...
Good. Well, better than nothing anyway. Once we've got to it... A metal bar was stuck in the door to keep it open.
If I calculated this station's procedures and automatic systems correctly, then there are various, specific, manual steps executed by humans necessary to achieve this outcome. Usually, the security system would open this door. There must have been an emergency lockdown while someone was holding this bar in place. Analogous to the locked door by the drilling room.
Compared to the control room, this place is full of random assortments of outdated technology. Apart from this robot arm, nothing really belongs here, I think.
In self-sustaining facilities, it is not unusual to adjust the equipment according to the given conditions, as long as the people in charge know what they are doing, or they have a core.
I can imagine. A gas burner with 2 tubes, both of which aren't connected to anything. A workbench full of trash and signs of wear and tear. That's what every DIY enthusiast dreams of. The only thing left inside here are a cable, a kind of nozzle, and a lot of screws. A coffee machine. What a surprise. Court, that looks like a 3D printer.
Correct. This machine can turn virtual models into reality by applying liquid synthetic materials and metals layer by layer and then hardening them. How do you know that?
I remember I did some research into this topic. My long-term memory seems to be working at least.
But it needs power. The robot can be moved using these wheels, but only down here, even though it should be able to stretch upwards.
That is probably only for maintenance purposes and to be able to get it out of the way if it cannot move on its own anymore.
I don't think it'll be useful to me. Nothing helpful. Nothing.
The command center's great. This door over here is not a.
It won't move. Ugh. But it's open just a crack. Looks like someone tried to keep it open with a metal plate. But it didn't work like it did with the other door there. The crack is just a few, but I can't get my... Nothing helpful. I don't think it'll be useful to me. A robot arm that seems to be able to move around along these rails. But what does it do?
There are boxes stored in the ceiling. This robot arm is the only way of reaching these and getting them down.
A robot arm that seems to be able to move around along these rails. I don't think it'll be useful. Oh, lots of cogs. Lots of cogs and varying... A gas burner with 2 tubes. There are some elements and materials written down here. This console won't help us without... a 3D printer, but it needs power. Behind this is the incinerator plant that powers everything, right?
Correct. Also, the vehicle hangar. According to my data, the doors should have an emergency mechanism with which you can manually open them. We only need to find the access point.
I can't move it. It's held on by some screws. Bit rusty, but yes, that looks like...
This does not conform to regular standards. There is a cog missing.
There's a cog missing here.
The mechanism would work again if there was a cog here that was the same size as the one next to it. If we're going to be looking for one like this, we should probably take it with us.
If I use this on the cog, all I'd do is screw it off. I can't turn it with this. I need a different attachment. behind this is the incinerator plant that powers everything.
Correct. Also, the vehicle hangar. According to my data, the doors should have an emergency mechanism with which you can manually open them. We only need
That might be useful. These barrels have been here for ages. I can't read what's inside them, they're too rusty.
It should not be anything dangerous, otherwise these plants would not be growing here so abundantly. That is logical. I hope.
Nature is reclaiming this place. The plants are growing into the station from outside. The drilling room is connected to the station's main power supply. C.O.R.E., your analysis was correct. Yes, that works. None of these cogs are the right size. C.O.R.E., please analyze the rest of the mechanism and tell me if you can find a cog that's similar to this one.
Yes, the mechanism was altered in one place and a cog of the same type was used.
Great, save the information. We have to be able to move it over here somehow.
Well, it's part of the robot mechanism.
C.O.R.E., please show me the cogs and highlight the ones we're looking for in green. There has to be some way of getting the ones we need to the maintenance hatch. I did it! The cog is sitting in the maintenance area and I can reach it. A robot arm that seems to be able to move around along these rails. That's the cog I need, but I can't get it out with my bare hands. Got it. There's a cog missing here. That fits. All the gears are in. To use the mechanism, all I have to do is crank the lower cog with some kind of tool. The crank handle won't fit. The crank handle... I still don't have any... The crank handle... Excellent. Everything fits together and the attachment fits onto the cog. Now I can turn it and operate the mechanism.
I have the tools, and the mechanism is repaired. Yes! Oh, it's working! That's it!
I guess I'll need that robot in the storage room, so I'll take the cog with me again. The entrance to the garbage... Wow. This facility is huge. Is this the garbage incineration?
Correct. Garbage, rubble, and any flammable materials are burned here. The resulting heat is used to generate power.
Burning stuff for electricity? That's a bit antediluvian.
At that time, this crude technology ensured independence from energy cells that were not known to work on this planet. A certain amount of energy is always stored to ensure the facility can power up.
So we just push a button, the power turns on, and we can use the communications console?
Not correct. Firstly, we need to activate the remaining energy via the console. Then we can use the machine and transport materials to the furnace to activate it. Once the facility has reached its full capacity, all systems will be active and we can continue.
And this could really sustain the facility for an extended amount of time?
The efficiency coefficient is very high. Also, the floor can be lowered depending on available materials. With just half a ton of materials, we will have enough energy for at least 1 Earth week. If we shut down some systems, even longer.
Oh boy. That's a lot of buttons and levers.
There should be a round, green button labeled, push to close. Here it is. Push it. Very good. The remaining energy is powering the console. I have also gained access to the console. Scanning manual.
You're a fast reader, right?
Yes, done. By pressing here, you will enable the use of the remaining energy for the machines in this room. To power up the facility, you must activate the mechanism that loads the material from the silo into the cart. That would be this lever over here.
Beauty.
Now push the cart forwards. Use this.
Nothing happened. And it didn't sound too good either.
Next is the crane. You can open and move it at this desk here.
Nothing. It's all rusted through, too dirty or just broken. I can't move it while it's in that state.
We need the cart and the crane to activate the garbage disposal. Otherwise, we will not be able to use the station's communications console to call for help. The cart has become immobile due to mineral deposits and rust. We must find a way to move it again.
There's some interesting stuff here. Maybe I can use some of it.
Oh yeah, I can already see myself roaring across the planet in this, finding interesting places, strange plants, and breathtaking monuments.
You should focus your attention on repairing the energy supply and transmitting the emergency signal.
You're no fun. But once I'm finished, that's how I'll kill the time.
Oh yeah.
You should focus.
You're no. This probably would have been our enemy if we had found a way around the station. Finding a way to go outside will not help us transmitting that distress signal.
This is the incinerator for garbage, flora, and anything else. It is the outpost's main power source. It activates the power circuit, which is supplemented by solar panels on the roof and maintains the energy supply at night or in bad weather. The efficient buffer tank still appears to be intact. There is a strange object over here.
The rails are completely rusted through and grimy. No wonder the cart won't move. I have to do something.